Namaskar. Today we are going to start the extension of our lecture, that is the physical significance of electromagnetic. And today we are going to discuss about the gradient and the divergence. So the gradient and divergence are the two important parameters that is related to the vector analysis. So here we are, before starting this, we have to first understand the basics of the vector analysis. Now, what is the basics of this vector analysis? That is the dot product and cross product, which in detail we have discussed in the third video, that is the physical significance of electromagnetic dot product and cross product. So that for the understanding of this lecture, you need to refer this previous video. Now, before going to the main topic, we have to understand the basic parameter. Now, what is this parameter? That at each point of, this is what a field. Field means what? The definition is mentioned here. At each point of a region, there is corresponding value of some physical function. Okay. So at each point of a region, there is corresponding value of some physical function. The region is called as field. Means what? So here I can take the example of the simple, this room. Okay. Now in this room, I have a air conditioner. Now initially the room temperature may be the 30 degrees centigrade, and when I will start the AC, so I'll set the AC for the 24 degrees centigrade. So after some times, whatever the room temperature, that will be the 24 degrees centigrade. So whatever the physical function I have taken, here the physical function I have taken as a temperature. So what the definition says, at each point of a region. So what region I have selected here? The region is this room, the surrounding of this room, the boundaries, the walls of this room. Corresponding value of some physical function. What physical function we are consider here? The physical function we are consider here is the temperature. The region is called field. So whatever the temperature field in this room, that is of 24 degrees centigrade, is the region, and this region is called a field. So this room is having temperature of 24 degrees centigrade. Outside there may be the different temperature. So here inside the room 24 degrees centigrade, outside may be the 30 degrees centigrade. So this boundary is created by this room, that is for the 24 degree. So this is what one of the example. Now what is the classification of this field? That is classified into two types, that is the scalar field and vector field. Why we are doing this? Because understanding the next topic we require. So as scalar field, temperature is the scalar quantity, and the field, just now the example what we have taken, that is the scalar field. Or the height of the surface of the earth above the sea level is again the scalar field. Okay, so this is the scalar example. Another is the vector field. So vector field is the wind velocity, or the other examples are also there. So these are both the example we will discuss further. Now here further what we are going for our today's topic, that is the gradient. Now in the electromagnetic, so many times this gradient, it comes and it require, that is what is the gradient it require, that so many times before the Maxwell's equation and everything, that this gradient is need to understand. Now in this gradient, what is this function? This is a del operator and this V. So this V, I can take the same example of the temperature as the room temperature. This room temperature I have taken example. Now what is this del? So this del operator is the partial differentiation. Now partial differentiation is dabba by dabba x. Now if I will take the Cartesian coordinate system, so it will be del operator will be dabba by dabba x, dabba by dabba y, and dabba by dabba z. And I'm multiplying it by the v. V may be the temperature, you can take T or any alphabet. And AX, AY and AZ are the unit of whatever the coordinate system we are using, that is the Cartesian coordinate system. So these are the unit vector AX, AY and AZ. Now, how to understand? This formula is very simple. That is a scalar quantity into del operator. So any scalar into del operator, del is the partial differentiation of x with respect to a partial differentiation dabba by dabba x, ax, dabba by dabba y, ay, dabba by dabba z, az. It is the what partial differentiation in Cartesian coordinate system. Now, when it is multiplied by with any scalar quantity, here temperature we are taken. So, how to understand? So, we will understand it again here. So, I have taken again the example of this AC. Now, this room, there is a AC. Now, what happened? So, this AC is set, initially the room temperature, same example I'll take. Initially, the room temperature is 30 degrees centigrade. Now, I'll set the temperature of AC as 24 degrees centigrade. Then what happened? That the room starts cooling. So whether it start at a sudden? No. So I will consider here the coordinate system. So here the coordinate system, this is the x coordinate, this is the x-axis, this is the y coordinate, and this is z coordinate. And suppose this AC I kept at the center. So it may be start cooling randomly. This may not be in this shape. This is what the general shape I have taken. So important thing is the x-axis, the y-axis and the z-axis. Now the AC start cooling. Now how it start cooling? There is some rate of change of temperature along x-axis. What is the initial temperature? 30 degrees centigrade. Now how the AC is changing? That 30 to 29 to 28 and so on and so forth. So where it will change first? Suppose the AC is kept here. This AC is at that particular origin. Now along the x-axis, it will start the changing the temperature. So what? This is the temperature, V is the temperature. Rate of change of temperature along the x-axis. So what will be the rate of change of temperature here? What is the coordinate? X-axis. What is the reference? Along the x-axis. So rate of change of temperature along x-axis is given by this parameter, that is dabba by dabba x V AX. What is the rate of change of temperature along y-axis? What is the rate of change of temperature along the z-axis? So in collectively, it is taken as the gradient because we are going for the complete Cartesian coordinate system. So in the complete Cartesian coordinate system, we can have these three combined. If you want in one direction, then you can consider only one direction. So this is happening in the Cartesian coordinate system. The other coordinate system also it is happening in the same. What? In Cartesian coordinate system, it is very simple to understand. What is the rate of change of temperature along x-axis? AC is kept here. Now it starts cooling. And rate of change of temperature along x-axis, rate of change of temperature along y-axis, and rate of change of temperature along the z-axis. This is what called the gradient. Now, this is the best example of gradient. Now we'll go next. That is the, what is the next? That is the divergence. Now instead of the scalar quantity, now we have taken the scalar quantity. Now we can take any vector quantity. So I have taken here D. So D may be anything, any vector, you can take any other vector. So what example I am taking here? The wind velocity. As we are taken the scalar field and vector field. So in the vector field, wind velocity we are taken. So what? The wind is flowing in this way. So this is also the vector quantity. This is also the vector quantity. Now we are taking here the dot product. Previously the simple multiplication. Now here we are taking a dot product. This is vector, this is vector. Both are the vector quantity. Dot product of the vector quantity is the scalar. So what? Partial differentiation of x, partial differentiation of y, partial differentiation of z. Dabba by dabba x, dabba by dabba y, dabba by dabba z. And what is this? Dx. this d along the x-axis, d along the y-axis, d along the z-axis. How we can say this? Again, we can take the coordinate system. You can have this again, this Cartesian coordinate system. Now this wind velocity, you can consider at origin. What will be the rate of change of wind along the x-axis, along the y-axis, along the z-axis? So this is again giving the rate of change of along the axis. So it is along the distance x, y, z. So it is along the distance, obviously. Wind velocity, it is the vector quantity. So any vector quantity if we will take, so whatever the rate of change of that particular quantity is, that particular parameter is a divergence. So divergence, what is the difference between divergence and gradient? Here in the divergence, we are considering the dot product, and this d is the vector quantity. In the gradient, we are considering what? A scalar quantity. That is only the difference. The fundamental understanding is same. So this is what about the divergence and the gradient. So thank you.